Guys, this is our fifth video in the interview preparation series by Prepleaf. Today we are going to cover the question, any questions for us. This is the question that interviewer asks generally in the end of the interview, and this question is almost asked in 99% of the interview, unless something very wrong or something very bad happens in your interview. Like, it's out of professional courtesy that they do ask this. And it's a very good question that generally people tend to say no to. Like, if I ask them in my mock interviews, when I take mock interviews, if I ask them, do you have any questions for us? They'll be like, no. But that's a very wrong answer. You should never say that. And there is a good reason for it, and I'll come to that. But before coming to that, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Prepleaf. So Prepleaf is a placement preparation company. We help you prepare for your placements in a focused manner. We do that by giving you free aptitude practice on our placement preparation portal, in which we have behavioral analytics, in which you can track your progress, compete with others, and improve yourself in general based on the parameters that we judge you on. We also have placement preparation focused courses. These are subscription based courses which are very mentor driven with highly industry relevant projects and skills that help you crack the interview and give you the confidence that you can get the job. We also have a postgrad program in which you can study all our courses for free until you get a job, and you only pay when you get a job. So that's all about Prepleaf. So going back to the philosophy of this question. So what is the philosophy of this question? And I want you to think of a date. What happens in a date when you're dating someone? It's a mutual decision. It's a mutual agreement. It's a bilateral conversation. Both the parties speak, both the parties engage with each other. And that's a very important thing to understand. Whenever you start a relationship, be it a personal relationship or a professional relationship, it's very important to discuss the terms of the relationship, to understand what the relationship is about, what are the needs of your partner, and how are you going to address it? Are you equipped to address? Do you want to address it? And all those things. And that is why it's very important that not only they ask you questions, but you also ask your questions. And not ask your questions to test them, but to clear your own doubts about the relationship that you're going to have with your future employer. And that's very important. So never say no to this answer. Always ask follow-up questions. And there's a simple reason why they ask this question. And there are a bunch of you. And as always in every video, we always look at why they ask a question. So here their reasons are professional courtesy. Like, for example, if a guy is having a conversation or if a girl is having a conversation with you for half an hour, you're gonna expect that they're gonna let you speak at some point. So at this point, they have asked you so many questions in your interview. I'm assuming that out of professional courtesy, they are like, okay, I have asked you so many questions. Do you have any for us? Then freedom to clear your doubts. They don't want you to be doubtful about something such as this. You're gonna work in that job for 5 days a week at least, and for 9 hours straight. So nobody wants you to be doubtful about that. You have all the right to ask a few questions about what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, who you're gonna be working with, and how's that gonna pan out. Then it also helps them judge the seriousness of the candidate. Like, if I ask you that, do you have any questions for me? And you're like, nah, it's not a good answer, A person asking follow-up questions sounds diligent, sounds meticulous. And that's what you have to do. You have to sound serious. You have to, mean your business. So do that. And it also helps them rule out potential mismatches. Like, people can ask questions that might be out of the field, that can tell them that your interests lie elsewhere. So that is that. Now, what can you ask? And these are a list of questions, and generally you will ask these many questions only. So you can ask about the job, that what is the job like? So you can ask like what a day in their job looks like. How are their weekdays like? You can ask what the job entails, what it is really about. So I remember giving my Flipkart interview, and in that Flipkart interview they had mentioned the 4 or 5 verticals for the BA post, for the business analyst post, and there were payments, there were merchants, there were supply chain and all that. And I was relatively new. I'm a 4th year engineering student. How much do I know the industry anyways? So I had absolutely no idea like what do they mean by financing of like SMEs or small merchants. And when I asked that in the interview, the interviewer was able to explain it much better than a job description that was posted on the student placement portal. So ask that. Ask some doubts that you might have from the PPT, or some doubts you might have from the job description. These are very good questions that you can always ask in your interview. No doubt about that. Now, you might have said something wrong. Maybe they started a debate like, what do you understand about the current economy? What do you understand by the current, what's your take on the current situation of the market? You might say they are bullish, you might say they are bearish. I had an interview, I argued with the interviewer, and I blatantly argued with him to the point where we just agreed that he's going to go on a different path and I'm going to go on a different path. But at this point, I understood that he has his reasons and I had mine. I had told him about mine and I wanted to know his. So I just asked him like, okay, if I am wrong according to you, what might your reasons be? And that's a fair question to ask. So ask them. If you feel that you have wronged them somewhere, just ask them like, what went wrong? Or what was wrong about my logic? What can I do to prepare myself better before joining? So this is a very good question, and I think this is the question that you can ask after when somebody asks you if you have any questions for us. Think about this, like you are gonna get an interview. He has two candidates, both are equally the same, and the second person comes to him and asks, what can I do to prepare myself better before I join? After I finish my studies in May, I will have 3 months, so I want to study something. So what should I study that will help me in the job? That just simply tells me that this person is always ready to deliver his 100%. And I so want this person on my team. So always ask this question, what can I do to prepare myself before joining? Then if your interview went very bad, you can just ask like, what is your feedback? I think it went badly. Can you give me some constructive feedback for my upcoming interviews? And that can be very good. You know, they can tell you that what went wrong in your case approach, what went right in general. They might also deny you some point because sometimes because of the time crunch, because they have to shortlisted a lot of people and they have to interview a lot of people. So don't mind if they say no, but you can ask for feedback. And then you can ask logistical questions. So for example, I finished my degree 6 months early, so in the academic year, so I could have joined early. So in every interview that I sat, whenever they asked me, do you have any questions for us? I always ask this question, that can I join in January? My placements were in December. I always ask them, can I join in January? And my answer to them was simple. I can't join in January, I'm not going to join you. So that's simple. You can ask these questions and it's a very good question to ask. Can I join early? How will this roll? How will this happen? Can I get this? And you can even request for branches. Like for example, EXL I sat with, and they have offices in Bangalore, Noida, and all sorts of places in India. But I wanted the Gurgaon office because my family lived in Gurgaon. So I specifically asked that can I have a Gurgaon office? Can I go to the Gurgaon office team? So they were like, yes, maybe we can arrange that. So always ask these logistical questions, that is this possible? And these are all the questions that you can ask when they ask you like what questions you have for us. So that's all for today, guys. That's all for the video. Lastly, I just wanted to share with you all the free resources that we have on our YouTube channel. These are some of the links of the resources that might help you prepare for placements. We have general placement awareness resources for career guidance, CV, resume, basic and advanced, all those things. We have profile-based prep, quant, product, and finance roles. We have skill-based videos, SQL, advanced Excel, and probability and statistics. And then we have HR interviews and 7 most asked puzzles. The 7 most asked puzzles is a very good series. It's a series of 7 videos from our co-founder of the 7 most asked puzzles. These are in Hindi and English, and you'll love those because these are one of the most important puzzles that are asked in the interviews. So do check that out. Consider like, sharing, and subscribing if you like. I have one proposition for you. If you give me your answer in the comment section, I will critique it myself. As always, in other videos, I've said that as well. Please write your answer in the comments. Thank you.